Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum and good morning to all participants. Welcome to the Intellectual Discourse brought to you by the BPLB Thinkers Society. We are going to conduct the Intellectual Discourse on topic Relevance of Philosophy in Understanding the Work Environment. So now, comfort up your seats, declutter your mind, and let us take the wisdoms and insights from the discourses that he will give. Without further ado, let us invite Honorable Professor Dr. Muhammad Hazim Shah bin Haji Abdul Murad.
Thank you, Thinker Society, for inviting me to give this intellectual discourse. In this sense, philosophy is different from, let's say, your other components, like, for example, law or business, which gives you the skills on how to do certain things. But what about the philosophy component? How would it help you in any working organization? You have your own sense of integrity, your own sense of morality. And here I would say, under philosophy, which is ethics, might be of some direct help even, because ethics help you to cultivate a certain sense of morality and integrity, and that is a requirement, I think, in any organization. I mean, even if you are a skillful and competent person, as an engineer or as a lawyer or as a computer scientist, but if you don't have integrity, then that's no use. The reality is not as we assume it to be sometimes, or reality is not fixed. You are able to cope with crisis and changes better in life. With COVID, for example, and we know that COVID has brought massive changes to people's lives. People go out of jobs, and new graduates couldn't find jobs, and people are confined to their own homes most of the time. If you take a philosophical attitude, you won't feel so, at least to me, I won't feel so bad, because I know that I don't have the right to expect that life will take a certain shape all the time.
Can we use the elements of philosophy when we are working? Even though in philosophy we have different school of thoughts and different kinds of thinking, because I think it can have dispute among colleagues in terms of discussion, because each has its own ideas and thoughts that are considered relevant to them. Then it will affect our quality of work, because there is a lot of contradictions.
I think one also has to think in terms of the goals of the organization, because you might have your own private beliefs as to what is good and what is not good and so on.
Previously, Prof have mentioned it is very important to have philosophical perspective of thinking. So my question is, what we can do to develop those philosophical ideas to facing work challenges or life in general?
The works of philosophers gives you some ideas on life and so on, give you perspective which is supportive of life in general and giving you good advice on how to deal with life and so on. So, for example, if you read the works of Plato, you'll find ideas there which might be helping you think about society, about humanity, and so on, so that it gives you a perspective on human and social world, which might help you to deal with humanity and society better in terms of general principles, general concepts.
Without the support of all of you who attended today, we would not be able to make this event much merrier. Thank you.